When we're talking about self-defense, there's some things that I'd like to cover with you today that are those fail-safe, easy-to-learn skills that don't require fine motor skills. They're pretty gross motor skills, and they're fairly easy to be able to do. First of all, come from a perspective of this mindset. I think we'll always do more for somebody that we love than we will for ourselves. So before I show you the skills, think in your mind, who is it that I love and care about that may be behind me, and now there's an aggressor in front of me, and I'm the only person between that aggressor and the person that I love that doesn't have the ability to protect themselves. In women's self-defense situations, when I'm teaching courses, I'll often ask the ladies, do you think you could defend yourself against me? And of course, most of the time, no, of course not. I said, what if I was going to attack your child? Do you think I could get by you to do that? And immediately, mama bear claws come out. And, they just went from these mild-mannered moms and grandmothers to there's no way. And I think when we think of self-defense and personal protection, we want to come from that mindset of we're protecting somebody that we love that doesn't have the ability to protect themselves. So now for the strikes. We teach this in our curriculum, but also it's part of the women's self-defense curriculum that we teach to organizations. And we call them the vital strikes because they work against people that are bigger and stronger than us. And by the way, it's always going to be that way. I don't think somebody this size is going to come up and try to attack me. So we want to be able to share techniques that are easy to use, and they don't require strength. You punch a person in the forehead, or you punch a big guy in the chest, and all you're potentially going to do is anger them. So what are those areas? First, eyes. The way we think about striking is we throw all 10 fingers, just like that. Why 10 and not 2? Because this requires fine motor skills, and under duress, when you're understandably there's adrenaline shooting right through you, the idea of that pinpoint accuracy isn't going to be there. So the hands are up, from here, and you're just going to throw. You ever see what happens to a mixed martial arts fighter when they get poked in the eye? The match stops for 5 minutes. These are some of the most well-conditioned athletes in the world. No matter who you are, you get a hard poke in the eye, it's going to enable you for sure to be able to get away. Second one we teach is clapping the ears, just like that. If you do this, cup your hands over your ears and feel what that's like. Imagine that in stereo by hitting it really hard. Shatters the eardrum, breaks the person's balance. We have eyes, we have ears, we have nose. Everyone, there is no nose bone. The nose is made up of cartilage. A lot of people think I'm going to drive the nose bone up into the brain and it's going to kill the person. I don't know where the rumor started, but we don't have a nose bone. So why do we strike to the nose? Because the normal human reaction is if you get struck to the nose, it causes your eyes to water. It's just the way that humans are built, okay? When the eyes water or you get hit in the nose, typically the hands are going to come up and you're going to go back. And again, that gives you the escape time. We use the heel of our palm to strike in to the nose. Next one is throat. We separate our thumb and our fingers, and we strike this way. Feel what that's like. And imagine thrusting that into somebody's throat. As far as would it catch them off guard, would it send them back? Absolutely. We have eyes, we have ears, we have nose, we have throat, and then the last one is a strike to the groin. But the way that we teach it is just with a rising knee, just like that. And the reason we teach it that way is because in a lot of self-defense scenarios, somebody's, grabbing your throat or grabbing your shirt or, in that like hugging you from the front position, rising the knee up to the groin is going to be felt before it's ever seen. So that is, very realistic, and the percentage chance of it working is very high. The idea of somebody being over there and then you kick them in the groin is very, very difficult. Men are genetically encoded to be able to turn away and protect their groin. So the knee offers that striking opportunity without the person seeing it. Here's how we practice it. Eyes, ears, nose, throat, and then groin. Give that a chance. Practice it. Work it with a partner, not touching, but just targeting and throwing it. Sometimes we don't realize somebody comes up and grabs us, and there's such a level of intimidation, we don't realize that they grabbed us. All we would have had to do is that, and that would have stopped the situation from escalating. Very difficult for somebody to restrain you or get close enough to you that one of those target areas aren't there. So we call them the 5 vital strikes. Eyes, ears, nose, throat, groin. Give them a try.